Hello and welcome back, friends. My name is Michael Yates, and you have joined the Ridgeview Pod, where we try to cover everything hope, healing, and recovery related. Back, as she is every year about this time, Amanda Taylor, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's always good to be with you, and I appreciate the ongoing hospitality to allow me to be here
Always
each
a
year.
pleasure, always a pleasure. And it's such a good thing that brings you back each time, the annual Anderson County Resource Fair.
Yep.
And it is scheduled for when?
It is scheduled for August the 17th. That's a Sunday from 12 to 2:30 p.m., 2.5 hours, and it's located in the Family Life Center Gymnasium of First Baptist Church of Clinton. And so if you need that address, it's 230 North Charles G. Seivers Blvd, Clinton.
And we will put all the details in the description below.
Wonderful.
As well as if folks are interested and want to ask you specific questions, can we put your email address in there as well?
Yes, absolutely, you can. We also have a website. It's www.acresourcefair.com. And on there, it can answer a lot of questions. It's got materials for advertising and list of participating agencies across the years, but also it has a contact page, and there's a specific, I think it's info@acresourcefair.com email address. So,
okay.
And that'll go directly to my email, but you can put my email,
right.
It'll get to me one way or another, and we'll
Very
get those
good.
questions answered.
And you're on staff at the church, right?
I am, yeah. I'm the Minister of Missions and Director of Creative Ministries at Creative Arts at the church. So.
All right. Well, this is certainly mission-driven activity. As I remember, we were just chatting before we started recording that this is probably year number 7, if you include COVID or take away COVID. I attended the first 2, and I remember even then the gymnasium was packed with vendors, Anderson County vendors of various types,
Yeah.
that provide a number of different services and resources for the residents of Anderson County. And it's still growing. I mean, can you even fit any more in that gym?
No, we kind of maxed out last year, so we'll either have to, if the number keeps going up, we'll either have to find a way to expand, perhaps to the track above the gymnasium, or get some kind of tent or put them under the awning outside or something. Maybe one group or division of the resources.
Yeah.
But yeah, those first years, I think we started with 30, maybe 30 something vendors, and it kind of grew out of the vision of a couple of folks who just really want to see the community come together, a place where we could learn about what resources exist to help people in need in our community. And so we kind of just jumped on the ball to see what we could create. It actually started for me, though. In my mind, I took on that vision from then when I started getting frustrated with my inability to help the folks in need that I saw around me, because I just began to realize that with all the vast variety of needs that I saw approaching our church, approaching just me out in the community, I don't have the time, the energy, the resources, the knowledge. I don't have the skills. I can't help everybody in need. And then I started thinking about it as my church. My church can't help everybody in need. When somebody has a mental health issue, we're just not as prepared. I mean, we can talk to them, counsel with them a little bit, but we're not professional, counselors there at the church by any means. And I think that I realized no one church or no one entity can really care for our county and the residents of it the way we need to. And so in order to help people in need, we really need to come together, to work together. And I would go to these, meetings in the community where the nonprofits would come, sit around the table and say, well, what resources do we have, and what are the resource gaps, and how can we work together? And just realizing that what a lot of people thought were resource gaps, where, I have this family and I don't know where to refer them. We have nothing in our county, sitting across the table from somebody who says, no, we do that. You realize that people really are not knowing what all the different nonprofits aren't knowing what each other does extremely well. And so everything started making sense to me that we need, some kind of avenue where the nonprofits can, the helping agencies can network together to learn what each other does, to realize, hey, next time I have a client that needs that, then I'm gonna send them your way to just better make referrals to different agencies.
And it's very natural for people who are seeking assistance or help. What other great place that they would reach out to than the community of faith? I mean, they're going to come to you asking for help, so it's important that you guys feel like you're equipped with, here are the resources. What better way to do that than bring all the resources to one location there at the church? Yeah,
I really see it as a great opportunity for our congregation. Perhaps it's a bit selfish, to have it there, but I'm hoping that not only our congregation, but the community, if we really want to be in the business of helping people in need, as any Christian I think should be, we have to make ourselves knowledgeable of what resources exist to serve them. So when we are just going about our daily business and we run into somebody in need, we will have the background knowledge to be able to say, hey, I heard about this, you should go check this out. Or hey, I know where you can get food or clothes or help with your elderly aging neighbor or different things like that. And so I kind of feel like as we go, this is the hardest sell, but for me it is the overarching benefit of this. If I walk into there and I'm committed to educating myself and learning about the resources on the floor of the gym, then I become a walking resource fair in my community that I'm able to help and connect folks in need to things. And so I love that. So I hope people will come and they'll learn and be educated so that we can help people in need in Anderson County.
Very good. A walking resource fair. I mean, that makes me think like maybe the next evolution is a app on your phone with all of the resources where you can easily tap into it, since you are a walking vessel of that information.
I guess it does. I know we have an online community resource manual where people can go and nonprofits can update their information, but maybe an app, we just might have birthed an idea there, so maybe that's
okay. So if I'm watching this, I do not have to be a member of the church to come. If I am just interested in checking out, maybe I do have a distinct niche of interest. Maybe I do have an aging parent where I'm looking to what options are out there. I can come during those times, visit the providers that are there and get information that may be relevant to what my need is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not really a church event. It's a community event that's housed at the church. The community is welcome. Everyone is welcome to come. And you often hear from people who are struggling with, take housing for instance. You hear, well, I tried to call this agency or that agency or this agency, and I just couldn't get through to them, because these are great folks that are working tirelessly to try to answer so many phone calls, and so it's just hard to get in touch with them. And I tell them, hey, come to the resource fair. You'll be face to face with them. One-stop shopping for all your needs right there. It's really a golden opportunity for anybody in need of resources. But anybody from the community is welcome to come. If there's still agencies that want to have a table, you can email me through that as well. Or perhaps that you're short-staffed and you can't come, but you can send some pamphlets, some flyers, some information. We can put that on the floor map as well, so people know where to go get your information. Anybody is welcome to come. And I've been doing some thinking here lately about, because it feels like for the past 7 years we've kind of been building this event. And it's kind of getting to where we have about 90 different participating agencies represented, and some of the tables have 2 or 3 or 4. So really, the number would be bigger than that. But so it's a lot of different agencies, and we feel like we're kind of maxing out, on our growth. And so sometimes when you walk in now, it's a little like drinking from a fire hose, because I want to, try to go around to all the tables tables and meet all the people and try to learn a little bit about everybody. And it's a lot. And so even just greeting people, I wasn't able to get to every table last year. And so I think the thing is, we've built this event. Now what do we do with it? And I think if we ask ourselves some questions before we go to it, we'll be better equipped to make it a meaningful experience. So I'm going to ask myself, what do I need? You know, are there resources that I need? Do I need just food or shelter, you know, something like that? But also, do I need meaningful connections? Do I need involvement? Do I need to make more financial sacrifices? Do I need to find a place where I can donate money or my time? Do I just need knowledge about all of it? And then I'm going to ask myself, what do my neighbors need? What do the people around me that I've seen in need, what do they need? How can I get some information to take back to them? What do these agencies that are on the floor need? I think it's beautiful that we have so many servant-minded people, you know, at these agency tables. Maybe they just need me to stop by and give them my thanks. You know, thank you for what you're doing. Giving them a smile. Say, I know that it's tired. It's hard work and it's very tiring sometimes, but I'm so grateful for what you do. And then I ask myself, what does the community need? You know, maybe I want to look at and say, are there resource gaps? You know, maybe that I, you know, could make a difference in, or is there something that I can give back? Some way I can give back? Maybe I need to sponsor an organization or something like that. You know, and just kind of ask myself. And maybe I get to the point and I've asked all those questions and nothing really is hitting home for me. Then I think I would just, me personally, I would take 5, maybe 10 of the agencies that I'm interested in, and we try to organize them on the floor in divisions of like mental health or animal health, or, you know, for the elderly, different things like that, education. And so, and then go learn about those 5 or 10, you know, because it's hard to take in all that information, but get to know those, you know, build meaningful, ask meaningful questions. And learn about those, so that, and then the next year take 5 or 10 different ones. And so I hope that'll capitalize on making it a meaningful event, not just a big event.
No,
so.
I love your approach of asking yourself those questions, especially, you know, as you think about my friends, my circle of influence. Who do I know that may have a specific need that I've not been able to help with? Let me go to this with them in mind and see what I might be able to learn on their behalf and get that information to them.
And the amazing side effect of that is too that we ourselves never know when we're going to find ourselves in need. We may be one car accident away, one job loss away of needing a resource ourselves. And so it's good to have that information, that community knowledge, to be able to help ourselves. Or maybe it's an aging parent that we have, or a neighbor that we might find in need. And so it's good to be prepared. And I think those same questions that we ask of the resource fair are questions that we can ask of our lives in our daily, you know, our daily just walk in our jobs and different things. Just how can we make a meaningful difference in our days? So it's. Well,
I applaud the church taking this on as a mission, even though it's for the community and not necessarily about the church. It is, for me, it's indicative of the church living out its mission, which is to help the community in which it finds itself. So I think that's great. I'm so pleased that it continues to. Certainly, it sounds like you've capped out in terms of vendors, providers that may be present, but getting more of the community to show up and attend.
Yeah, and that's it's funny you say that, because this year my question for myself has really been, what incentive could I give? Because folks who are perhaps in need of resources but may just be tired, they're in survival mode. How do you talk them into coming to get the resources that they may not even realize that they themselves need? And so I was like, I wish I could just offer, you know, free rent to anybody, you know, that comes. And so this year we're taking 3 of the public housing complexes and doing a drawing for each one of those, that if they come and they bring their special flyer, then they get entered into a $100 food gift card.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that brings, a few more folks in, as well as all the other ways that we're advertising. But we'll see. I think we're always in need of funding. We really have no budget for this event, and First Baptist Church is our largest donor, but we do have several other donors that trade us for free advertising, or provide tables or this or that for the event. But I think that the more fundraising we can do, the more advertising we can do, the more incentive we can offer to the public. And I was telling you earlier, we could even grow further if perhaps we had a tent, outside or something like that, where we could put some of the vendors. And so there are ways, I think that we can improve. But we're so grateful for all the folks that do support the event, and we have a Friends of the Fair page on the website, and a poster at the event that lists those. So we always need help in advertising. We always need volunteers, because the more people we have doing the advertising, the more we can do advertising wise by putting flyers out and different things. I've always wanted someone to help with advertising, but if you want to volunteer, you can always put up tables and chairs and things like that. Just contact me, and we'll get you plugged in.
And you can help by simply sharing this video, this podcast, with your friends. Like it, share it. That's another way to get the word out. I guess one just tangible here and now example of what I saw take place at the fair, I don't know if it was year 1 or 2 that I attended, but and I can't remember which church they were from. They may have very well been from yours. They came to visit. We had just introduced permanent recovery housing as one of the services that we provide. And a lot of the folks residing in these apartments did not have pots, pans, utensils. I mean, really starting with nothing. And I got to witness the presentation of one of the ladies from the church bring bags and boxes full of pots and pans to one of the leaders of our permanent recovery housing, to take those to the new residents, and there was, you talk about networking right there.
Yeah.
It was a powerful testimony of how those connections, where and how they're made, and how one provider can help meet another provider's need for their clients. It was really cool.
I love hearing those stories, and sometimes I wish I could just be a fly on the wall of all these conversations to hear the benefit. I'm hoping as we network, that the benefit, even if we don't see it, will trickle down into those in need in our community. But when you see something like that happen, it's always heartwarming.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, I think as is our tradition, we always try to give our audience an opportunity to learn a couple new things about our guests. I think this is nothing new to you. You've been subject to rapid fire questions before, but I've tried to find some that I don't think I've ever asked you.
Okay.
So, and you can play along, as you hear these
I'll have
questions.
Good straight answers for you.
What is your favorite hobby?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's tough. I love being outdoors for just about anything, but I also do pottery. I love music, writing.
Yeah.
Let's say outdoor stuff.
Okay. Yeah, good. Being outdoors.
Gardening, today.
Good. Yeah. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, that's interesting. I've not really had that question. I think, I don't know. I think whether it's strange or not, I think that when I was overseas, there is something called a masi. And that's, you take some, dairy product and porridge, and you kind of make it, and then you put it under the cupboard, and you let it ferment for 3 or 4 days, and it becomes kind of like a yogurt thing for us or something. But it was something I just really kind of struggled to eat.
All right, you probably just saw a slight interruption there. Sorry, we had a little glitch in the battery pack. We're going to just pick up with my final question, but then also remind folks about some other perks associated with the event.
Oh, sure.
So here's the final question. If you could access a time machine, where and when would you go?
I think if I thought about it long enough, I would go back to, when I could see some of my family members that have passed, be able to talk to them, ask some questions. But I think right now in my life, I think I would probably have to say that I would go back to sometime maybe in the 60s. A lot of my heroes were from then, or at least people that knew my other heroes who had passed away in that time, right? And I think a lot of my life I struggle with how do you really make a difference in the world around you, where making a difference today clashes with political stuff, and like people, in order to get change done, stacking the deck and playing dirty. And I'm like, how do you talk good folk into becoming the change they wish to see when things get dirty? And like, I just, it almost feels like sometimes you have to play by rules you don't agree with in order to see justice done. And I just, I don't know, it makes me wish that these people I've admired all my life, I could ask them some direct questions like, how do you handle this on a daily basis? And where is that line that you don't cross for you to be able to make a difference in the world? So
that's good.
I probably didn't explain that very good, but
tap into some of the wisdom of the past.
Maybe so,
All right, well, very good. Again, we apologize for that glitch there. There were a couple other things as we were switching out the battery that were worth making sure that folks knew that would be available at the resource fair. You want to hit those highlights again?
Sure, if you're trying to tell somebody to come, sometimes telling them that there's going to be free food is helpful. So we serve lunch there, free for anybody. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chili dogs, all the fixins, and some sides that go along with that as well. There's free kids activities, like little carnival type games, and there's door prizes that people can enter, and different things like that. So it's a fun day, but also, of course, there's freebies on all the table, more freebies than you could ever want. So if you need pens and pencils and frisbees and different things, come on and get some of those. And I think if you'd like to help in any way, if you could, like you say, pass on the flyer, put it on your social media account, try to talk folks into coming in. On the Resource Fair website, you'll find a place for advertising, and it's got a bulletin insert. Maybe you can put it in your church, in your Sunday bulletin. It's got a flyer, a poster. It's got a short promo video and a little bit longer promo video. And so a lot of ways you can talk it up, and things you can use to get the word out there.
Great idea. Amanda Taylor, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in and bearing with us. We hope you give consideration for joining us at this wonderful community event. And in the meantime, take good care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.